High in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, a young shepherd named Ali tended his flock with care and dedication. He dreamt of adventure, far beyond the rugged peaks and valleys he called home, where the horizon seemed to whisper promises of distant lands. Stories from travelers captivated his imagination, filling his nights with visions of places he had never seen. Ali longed to see the world beyond his village, to experience the wonders that lay beyond the familiar. He listened intently to tales of distant lands, absorbing every detail, every adventure. He yearned for a life less ordinary, a life filled with excitement and discovery. One day, news arrived in the village. A world war raged across the sea, shaking the very foundations of the world. Recruiters were seeking brave men to join the Goumiers, fierce Moroccan soldiers fighting alongside the Allies, defending freedom and justice. A spark ignited within Ali. This was his chance to break free from the confines of his village. This was his escape from the mundane, his opportunity to become part of something greater. He would answer the call to arms, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Ali stood tall, his eyes filled with determination and a newfound sense of purpose. He bid farewell to his family, clutching the talisman his mother pressed into his hand for protection, a symbol of their love and hopes. His heart ached with the pain of leaving, yet swelled with anticipation for the journey ahead. He joined the ranks of the Goumiers, ready to face the unknown and prove his mettle. Ali was ready to embrace the shadows of war, to fight for a cause greater than himself. The journey ahead would test him in ways he could not yet imagine, but Ali was determined to prove his worth, to show that he was capable of great things. He would become a warrior, a defender of dreams and freedom. He would fight for a world he had only dreamt of, a world where peace and hope could flourish. As he marched away from his village, he carried the hopes and dreams of his people with him, ready to carve out his destiny in the annals of history. The training was grueling, a relentless test of both body and spirit. The desert sun beat down mercilessly as Ali and his fellow recruits were molded into soldiers, their sweat and determination mixing with the sand. They learned to handle their curved daggers, the fearsome kumya, mastering the art of close combat with precision and skill, and honed their marksmanship with the French Lebel rifle, each shot bringing them closer to becoming formidable warriors. Days blurred into weeks, each sunrise a test of endurance. Ali persevered, his resolve growing stronger with each passing day. He pushed himself beyond his limits, driven by a desire to make his village proud, to honor the legacy of his ancestors. He adapted to the rigors of military life, his initial fear replaced by a quiet confidence, a newfound belief in his own abilities. The bond of camaraderie grew strong among the Goumiers, their shared experiences forging unbreakable ties. They shared laughter, stories, and the burden of hardship, finding solace in each other's company. They were brothers in arms, united by a common purpose and a shared destiny. Finally, the day came when they boarded a ship, their hearts filled with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. They were bound for a land they had never seen, Europe, a distant and unfamiliar world. The vastness of the sea mirrored the unknown that lay ahead, a journey into the heart of uncertainty. As the Moroccan coastline faded into the distance, Ali felt a pang of apprehension, a momentary doubt about the path he had chosen. But it was quickly replaced by a surge of excitement, the thrill of adventure coursing through his veins. The journey was long and arduous. The seas were rough, tossing the ship like a toy in a bathtub. Many of the Goumiers, used to the stability of the mountains, were seasick, their bodies rebelling against the constant motion. Ali, however, found solace in the rhythmic sway of the ship, the gentle rocking lulling him into a state of calm. He spent hours on deck, gazing at the endless horizon, his mind wandering to distant memories and future possibilities. His thoughts drifting back to his family and his village nestled high in the Atlas Mountains, the place that had shaped him into the man he was becoming. Landing on European soil was a disorienting experience. Ali had never imagined such a world. Vast cities, bustling with strange languages and unfamiliar customs, rose before him. The sheer scale of the conflict became apparent. Tanks and troops on the move, the air thick with tension. Despite the initial shock, Ali was captivated by the resilience of the people caught in the throes of war. He saw courage in the eyes of ordinary people facing extraordinary circumstances. He witnessed acts of kindness amidst the devastation. It strengthened his resolve. They were fighting for something greater than themselves. Fear was a constant companion. The deafening roar of artillery fire, the sight of fallen comrades, the ever-present threat of death, all weighed heavily on Ali's mind. Yet he refused to succumb to despair. He clung to the memories of home, the talisman a tangible reminder of his mother's love. He drew strength from the camaraderie of his fellow Goumiers. As they marched deeper into the heart of the conflict, Ali's resolve solidified. He was no longer a shepherd boy from a remote village. He was a Goumier, a warrior fighting for freedom. He was ready to face whatever lay ahead. Section 4. Baptism by Fire. The Battle of Monte Cassino cast a long shadow over the entire campaign in Italy. The Germans had fortified the historic abbey, turning it into a seemingly impregnable fortress, a stronghold that dominated the surrounding landscape. Wave after wave of Allied attacks were repelled. Each assault met with fierce resistance and heavy casualties. The Goumiers, known for their tenacity and mountain warfare skills, were called upon to break the deadlock. Their reputation preceded them, and their presence brought a glimmer of hope. Ali's first experience of true combat was terrifying, a baptism by fire that would test his courage and resolve. The air crackled with gunfire. Explosions shook the ground, creating a cacophony of chaos and destruction. The stench of cordite filled his nostrils, a pungent reminder of the deadly dance he was part of. He witnessed friends and comrades fall around him, their cries of pain and anguish echoing in his ears. But amidst the chaos, something within him shifted. A newfound resolve began to take root. Fear gave way to a fierce determination to survive and to fight for his comrades. The Goumiers, with their curved daggers and unwavering courage, proved to be a formidable force, their bravery inspiring those around them. They scaled the steep slopes, their agility and knowledge of mountain terrain giving them an advantage that the enemy could not counter. Ali, remembering his days navigating the Atlas Mountains, moved with a grace and speed that surprised even his comrades, his instincts honed by years of experience. After weeks of relentless fighting, the German defenses finally crumbled, unable to withstand the sustained pressure. The Allies had secured a hard-won victory, a triumph that came at a great cost. The price of victory was high, with many lives lost in the brutal struggle. The slopes were littered with the bodies of fallen soldiers, both Allied and German, a grim testament to the ferocity of the battle. The sight of such carnage left an indelible mark on Ali's soul, a haunting reminder of the cost of war. Section 5. A Captain and His Goumiers. Captain Pierre Dufresne, a seasoned officer in the French army, watched his Goumier troops with a mixture of admiration and respect. He recognized their courage, their tenacity, their unwavering loyalty. He saw in them the spirit of true warriors. Dufresne was a man of honor and principle. He treated his Goumiers with fairness and respect. He understood that they were fighting not just for France, but for their own freedom. He learned their customs, their language, their stories. One evening, under a star-filled sky, Dufresne noticed Ali sitting alone, a look of sadness etched on his face. Dufresne sat beside him, offering the young Goumier a comforting hand on his shoulder. Ali, initially hesitant, opened up to his captain. He spoke of his family, his village, his fears. Dufresne listened patiently. He understood the weight of responsibility that Ali carried. He shared stories of his own family, of his life in France. He reassured Ali that his sacrifices would not be forgotten. A bond of respect and understanding formed between the French officer and the young Moroccan shepherd. Section 6. Whispers of Prejudice. Despite their bravery and sacrifice, the Goumiers often faced prejudice from some quarters. Whispers of their ferocity in battle preceded them. Some viewed them with suspicion, their customs and traditions misunderstood. Ali experienced this firsthand. He encountered the sting of racism, the casual cruelty born out of ignorance. He was subjected to slurs, denied basic courtesies, treated as less than human. It was a bitter pill to swallow, especially after the sacrifices he and his comrades had made. Captain Dufresne, a staunch advocate for his Goumier troops, vehemently challenged any mistreatment he witnessed. He understood the injustice of the situation. He fought tirelessly to ensure his men were treated with the dignity and respect they deserved. The Goumiers, despite the prejudice they faced, never wavered in their loyalty to the Allied cause. They understood that the fight against tyranny transcended race or religion. they continued to fight with courage and determination, proving their worth on the battlefield time and time again.